And I'm ready for fall. How about you? Unfortunately, I live at the beach, so we don't have much fall weather yet. But why don't you comment below and let me know where you live and if you're getting any of that fall crisp air. And to get in the mood for some fall, I've got my great pumpkin shirt on, and we're going to create some beautiful fall leaves using pastel warm colors. And we're going to use the book Who Loves the Fall as our inspiration to create this beautiful artwork. Come join me as we celebrate fall. Okay, before we get started, we're going to talk about the supplies that we need. You're going to need a 8.5 by 11 black colored cardstock or a black sheet of construction paper. You're going to need some pastels and a number 2 pencil. That's all you need for this lesson. And if you don't like to get your hands dirty, you can have some Q-tips to blend your pastels. Okay, to get started, we are going to have our paper laying horizontal or hot dog. This is like a hot dog bun, so the long way. And I'm going to draw with a white color pencil just so you can see how I'm drawing, but you can use a regular number 2 pencil and you should be able to see the lines of your leaves to color them in. But for you to see them on the screen, I'm going to use white. Okay, so we are going to be creating our leaves with basic lines, and you'll see how each line will eventually create a leaf. And the shape of a leaf is called a natural shape. So we're going to be creating natural shapes, which are shapes from nature, with lines. So let's start with our first leaf. We'll start up here in the corner. You're just going to draw one curved line pointing down to the other end of your paper. All right. So our next line, we're going to start at the tip here, and you're just going to do a nice curved line and connect it to the end of that other line. And you're going to repeat the same thing on this side, curve it and connect it to the end. All right, and from there, you're going to add more lines to give it the veins, that you will, of your leaves. Like so. You see how we just use basic lines and we have our first leaf. Now let's do our other leaf. Let's do it down here on this corner, pointing towards this leaf. All right, for that, we're going to do another curved line, like so, pointing towards this leaf. And we're going to kind of draw a heart upside down, kind of. So we're going to start here, like where you start with a heart, and we're going to curve and come to the end of that line, right? You can see it already looks like half of a heart, upside down heart. We'll start here, curve it, and connect it to that line. See, it's an upside down heart. But to make it look more like a leaf, we're going to add some more lines, make it look like the little veins. And these are going to go from one end of the line and connect it to the middle line. I'm going to do that all the way down the leaf, spread them out. All right, kind of looks like a palm leaf, right? Good job. Okay. Okay, for our next leaf, we'll start up in this corner, and we're going to do another curved line facing this other corner. And we're going to create another line coming this way and this way. And then 2 smaller lines and 2 more, just like that. Good job. So for this one, we're going to kind of create our shape around these lines that we have drawn. So you'll start at the tip and you're going to come curve line. You're going to kind of create spikes around these lines. So we're going to curve the line here, and then we're going to curve it again, and we're going to curve another one, And then we're going to, one more time, from here, loop, 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 curve, feather, loop, in, feather loop, loop. It's gonna be pointy right at the tip. A little curve loopy. Another one. You want this to kind of match this side. Then we're gonna go in, kind of try to make it look, but since this is a natural type of shape, it's not always symmetrical. That means it doesn't always look the same. And there you go. We did it. Made the spiky leaf. All right. Now for our next one, we're going to start in this corner, and we're going to draw another line curving, pointing towards this leaf. This one is going to be similar to the spiky one we just made, but this one's going to be more curved. Not going to have spikes. It's going to have curved lines. So we're going to create 2 lines on the bottom, 2 more towards the top, smaller one. And we're going to start, we're just going to curve around those lines, kind of like you're tracing outside of the lines, like so. Good job. All right, we have one more leaf we're going to make, and that's in the middle of the page. So we're going to do a curved line right in the middle of all those leaves. And then you're going to do 2 lines from the bottom. And this leaf's going to be a little different. So it's going to have 3 leaves on it. So this is going to be our first leaf. And we're going to start with a line from the bottom and connect it to the tip. And we're going to do the same thing here, a nice curved line. That's 1 leaf. And we're going to do the same on the other side. 2 leaves. We're going to do 1 on top. So we're going to start somewhere towards the middle here, and we're going to draw a line, connect it to the top other end, and here. There you go. It has 3 leaves on the branch. Okay, we have 5 big leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the bigger leaves are going to look like they're closer up, closer to our face. And we're going to create some perspective by drawing some smaller leaves in between the big leaves. And those small leaves will kind of look like they're falling further away from us. So these are the leaves that are closest to our face that we can see falling down. And then the smaller ones are going to look like they're further away. And that's how we're going to create perspective, is by drawing leaves in different sizes. So let's add some smaller leaves to the background. Okay, so we're going to just draw smaller versions of the big ones that we already made. And you can kind of place them anywhere you like, really. Or you can follow along and do what Miss Christie's doing. So let's start with this one. I think I'm going to do a smaller one of that over here in the corner. We draw a smaller curved line. And remember, we just take from the bottom and do a curved top and connect it to the top, and then here and curve it, connect to the top. And then we're just going to add some smaller lines in the middle to make it look like the leaves veins. Okay, let's do a smaller of the palm. Let's do that one over in this corner. Do another curved line. And remember, that's a heart. We'll draw a heart, half of a heart, and connect. Draw the other half of the heart and connect. And those lines go all the way from the middle line to the edge of the heart line, just like so. Can you kind of see now how the smaller ones look far away and the bigger ones look close up? You'll get to see it more once you start to color each leaf. Okay, let's do one of these in this corner. So we're going to do another curved line. And then remember this one had 2 lines at the bottom and 2 more towards the top. And this one was like tracing around the lines, remember? So we're going to start at one end, just trace around the line. Good job. All right, let's do one more. Let's do the spiky one. I think the spiky one is probably the hardest one. And if you have a hard time with that, don't worry about it. It's hard for me too. So let's do the spiky one over in this corner. A curved line. We're gonna do 2. This one has 3 lines coming from the middle line. Remember this one is we're making little loops around it. And we're going to keep looping, making little loops. Oops, well, and they're all going to come out different. No 2 leaves are going to look the same. There you go. The smaller one's a little bit harder. Okay, which one are we forgetting? Maybe that one? A small one of this one? Where can we find space to put that one? Maybe right here? I think we can fit it there. All right, let's do another line. Remember, it has 2 lines and it makes 3 leaves. So we're going to connect a line here, connect, and start kind of the middle, connect it to the top. All right, we did it. We've drawn all our leaves. Now it's time to color. Okay, so to color our leaves, we're going to be using chalk pastels. And there's different brands out there you can buy, but we want to get some with some more warmer colors in it. And warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. You can also mix in some neutrals, which we're going to use some browns. And you can see some of my browns in here, like this brown has some red in it. This one has some orange in it. This over here has more of yellowish brown. So they're already kind of warm, neutral colors. So we're going to pick a warm color and we're going to start coloring in our leaves. And we want to use different colors and blend the different colors. So I'm going to pick like this bright orangish yellow. And we'll start over in this corner. And I'm just going to trace my lines I've already drawn. Now you'll probably be able to see my white pencil underneath, but that's okay. I just want to make sure you can see it at home. It should cover up your pencil markings and you won't be able to see it from the number 2 pencil. If you used white, you still might be able to see it, but that's okay. It doesn't take away from your artwork. All right, so I did a nice bright yellow. Let's come in with a warm like reddish brown with the leaf. We're going to trace the outside lines. I don't know about you, but the way I color is I always trace first and then I color in inside the lines after I trace. Are you like that? Or do you color up to the line? Everybody does it different. This is a very pretty reddish brown, and you don't have to color it all the way in with pastels because this is going to be the fun part. You're going to blend the pastels and spread them out. So if you're like me, you don't like to get your hands dirty, you can use a little Q-tip and you can start to rub and you can see how it blends that chalk into your paper. Like I said, you're probably going to see my white lines, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure you could see them. But you shouldn't be able to see your pencil lines. you need to, you can go back and add some more. Good job, you got one leaf done. All right, now let's go and color in the rest of our leaves. And remember, you're using warm colors. You want to use the orange, the reds, the yellows, and you can choose your leaves and color them any way you like. Now, while I'm coloring these in, we're going to fast forward so you can pause and stop the video once you catch up to me. We did it. We completed coloring our fall pastel leaves. Now, some of you might not have pastels. You can also use crayons, but remember to use those warm colors, the reds, the yellows, and the oranges when you color in your leaves. Great job today, you guys. I'm hoping it's feeling more like fall for you. I know I can't wait for that fall crisp air here at the beach. Thank you for joining me. And remember, if you can imagine it, we can create it. See you next time.